Hey everyone, this is Rob.
And Michelle.
And welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. So this week up on the Polly Pocket, we have, of course, as always, the first thing that we're going to talk about, which is going to be our account progress and what we've been doing the past week. I've been doing not as much, so hopefully I think Michelle has been doing some stuff, but we'll go into that.
We'll see.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about the update that actually just released today. It's actually a little bit late. We're recording this on Thursday when normally we'd record it on Wednesday.
Yeah, only recording this 6 hours before it's going to go out, which is kind of intimidating for us having to edit it after.
Usually we give ourselves like a day of time to put it out, but today we're gonna have to be on the rush because they came out with it a little bit late, which is fine. They've done this a couple times before, and we'll get through it. And then the next thing is going to be they added some more combat achievements to the game, so we're going to be talking about that. They added
more?
Yeah, they added some more, and we're going to be talking about that, so that's pretty cool. And finally, we are going to have a couple questions to go over. I think we got at least one from Instagram, so we might go through a few of them. We'll see how much time we have at the end of the podcast.
We'll at least do the Instagram one.
Yeah, exactly. So before we get into any of that, of course, Michelle, how's it going?
Pretty okay.
Okay.
Not great, I'd say. So, been feeling a little lazy on the dailies. I'm doing my fruit tree run the first time in like a week right now. I feel like I've only been doing it when we're recording just because it's boring and I don't want to. I don't have a good reason.
Yeah.
But other than that, mostly I've just been doing streaming and streaming Vorkath specifically. So I started doing a little bit of Slayer. I probably did like one task and then I got assigned Blue Dragons and I was like, ooh, I should do Vorkath. It's taking me my entire life.
Yeah, it's taking a really long time.
I'll probably be done eventually.
Before we
I actually have
age.
plans all weekend, so I was going to say by the end of this weekend, I was like, potentially not.
Yeah, there's actually a really good chance not.
Yeah, but I've done 108 Vorkath kills, and I've gotten 12.2 million gold. I got 2 heads, but those are the only unique drops I got.
Nice.
And I only have like 30 something kills left, I think, for my Slayer task. I don't know the exact number. I should have looked.
That's probably like the hardest boss that you can do at the moment, right? So it's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so. I just missed the Kraken. I hope I get assigned the Kraken again after this.
Yeah.
So easy in comparison.
But I mean, you don't make 12 million there.
You don't, but
definitely not in 100 kills.
It's way
that's
more
for sure.
chill, so I could watch anime. I also finished the anime Your Lie in April. Would not recommend unless you want to cry.
Yeah, it's pretty sad anime. I told her it was sad though, so she
we
did this to herself.
started watching it together, and then after like one episode, he's like, "Actually, I'm not gonna watch it again," because he knew it was gonna be depressing.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It's still good, but I would not watch again.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to, because if you've ever seen it, you know it's pretty sad, so I kind of don't like watching sad shows twice. One, it's not as sad the second time, and you kind of already know what's happening, so it's not as cool.
And 2, it is just as sad, actually, so why cry again?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's on Netflix, if any of you wanted to check that out. Anyone else likes being sad. But that's basically, like, it that I've been doing on my account. I really have just been doing Vorkath. It takes so much time. And since, like, I've been streaming a lot of it, which, by the way, twitch.tv/Bunebape, come check us out. I've been dying quite a few times.
Yeah.
Because I'll look at the chat and be like, oh my gosh, ha ha ha, I'd look at the screen and get hit by a fireball.
Yeah.
So much so that now people watching, who have been watching the past few days, are like, please wait till after you're killed to respond.
Yeah.
Because I keep looking
once.
And getting distracted.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, especially if you lose count. If anyone hasn't done...
I can't keep count when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to talk.
If anyone doesn't know how Vorkath works, you essentially have to be counting to 7 the entire time if you're trying to be like...
Yeah, over and over again.
Somewhat efficient at all. So yeah, just imagine literally counting to 7 at all times during the boss. And so it's kind of hard to count to 7 while talking to other people about other stuff.
Yeah, I can't really do it. Like the other day, I was like, all right, any one of these should be 7. I was literally on like the 4th, and every time I hit it, I ran to the back row to start walking for the acid. And I did that like 3 times in a row before it actually did something.
Yeah. Like even I have like quite a few more kills than Michelle, and I even still get tripped up while streaming and trying to do Vorkath at the same time.
It's hard because I don't want to just be quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
And then even if I'm talking, just saying how like I'm struggling a bit, that even makes me stop keeping track. So it's hard to be entertaining while also keep track.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably more entertaining if I lose track and I'm freaking out. I guess that'd be funner to watch if that was someone else.
I guess so. But then they're just watching you at the bank the whole time because you keep running out of food.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it though. I still am working on that Major Arena video. Because every time I go to edit it, or not edit it, make it, I should say, I think I've mentioned before that whenever I make videos, I talk as I'm recording it. And every time that I'm like, well, I should really make that video is right as Robert starts streaming for the day. So I don't want to be in the background like, all right, everyone, now we're going to go over here.
I mean, you can. It'd be hilarious. But...
No, it'd be embarrassing. You'd laugh at me. You'd be in the background laughing.
Yeah, I would.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's still on the way, but we actually had a new video come out yesterday. So I'll switch to how are you, and you could start the video.
Oh, yeah, sure. So we came out with a Sarachnis video the other day.
You shared that on Twitter. I don't know if you did.
Yeah, no, I didn't. But yeah, I think it was a pretty like chill video. It's just a really quick like 3-minute like guide on Sarachnis. So I kind of got the concept. I think I've said it on here before, but essentially like I don't do Sarachnis that often, or
we
like,
both only recently learned.
I don't do a lot of bosses or a lot of PVM often. Like I'll usually just like stick to one for a long period of time. Like I'm not switching to go do demonics like super often, for example.
Yeah.
So pretty often I'll forget what I need to bring, like gear wise and stuff like that. So
me with Skatizo every time. I always rewatch my own guide.
Yeah, exactly. So you always forget, or at least I always forget what I need to bring. So I just made a like really quick, like literally it's 3 minutes long. It's a guide on everything you need to know about Sarachnis, and I try to make it as like quick and concise as possible.
No lollygagging.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just tell you what you need to bring. I don't like go through and tell you all of the 1,000 options for gear you can bring. Although I do like add in a couple tips, but like
just so you get the general idea.
Yeah, I just tell them what they need to bring, the reason they need to bring it, and then like how to get there, and then like I explain the boss fight in like I think literally 10 seconds because the boss fight's actually pretty simple.
Yeah, Vorkath in 3 minutes will be a much harder video to make.
Actually, Vorkath in 3 minutes would be really easy.
Well, I guess you've had so many kills, it would be for you, wouldn't it?
It's literally do nothing for 7 attacks and then maybe do something on the 7th attack.
You know what? It's a little more than that. Says someone who keeps dying in between these special attacks.
Yeah, it's pretty simple boss too. Most bosses you can break down to be pretty simple. I think the ones that I couldn't do stuff like that for would be like raids or something like that.
Raids in 3 minutes or less.
Yeah, one, because I don't know them very well, and two, it's like 5 bosses in one or something like that.
They all have 30 seconds of time in this video.
Yeah, it depends on what you are looking for, but
yeah, that's hopefully a little thing that we're going to start making.
Yeah, hopefully it's a small series that we can
series
continue.
is the word. I was like, what am I trying to say? Playlist?
No, like a small series. So I'll probably do something like that for like Barrows and for like maybe Demonics.
This is probably more of a you series because I over-explain things.
Yeah. I might do one for like Obor because it's like, who does Obor? Like, who remembers what you need to bring for Obor?
I did want to make a Briofita guide.
Okay.
But I wasn't going to do it in 3 minutes. Maybe I should.
Oh, it literally doesn't matter. It's just like I'm still planning on having like longer, more in-depth guides on bosses. It's just like if you've been to like Phosani, for example, and you just don't remember what you need to bring for Phosani because you need to bring quite a few things, then that's what the 3-minute guide would be for. It's just to like, knock it out, get all your gear ready, and then like go, and I'll tell you like all the stuff that you are going to need to know, and that's it.
Yeah, I guess the goal
is
just
to jog your memory.
The goal is to eventually have first-timer long tutorials and also short.
Yeah.
Just telling you, reminding you videos.
Yeah, exactly. So to have both.
Eventually we'll have both of all of those in 5 years.
By the end of the time.
Yeah, and by then they'll be introducing so many more bosses. We'll be like, oh.
Yeah, we'll just perpetually be behind on that series.
I like that you're like,
yeah, just be behind on that series.
Be behind. Like that?
No,
like
not
a radio?
like that at all. All right.
Wait, I would like to say real quick, whenever we were in Kauai, it was the weirdest thing. This one radio station all the time would just have ads, and they do like the DJ voice where they're like DJ Mustard, like stuff like that. That was a great example.
Yeah, that was great.
This one in Kauai on commercials just kept going, Facebook. Yeah, and then that's all they said.
It would just say Facebook over
and then
over
they
again.
just go back to the music. And I'm like, what does this mean?
They wouldn't like share the link for their Facebook or anything like that. They would just say the word Facebook and that would be the end of
and that's
the ad.
It was
so
the
weirdest thing. That was super random tangent, but
no, that felt like really important for everyone to know that weird radio station exists.
Yeah,
I think Mark Zuckerberg owns a house on the island.
He does. He owns a large.
He pays them to hypnotize people with just the word Facebook.
Yeah, probably. But I guess besides Facebook, I've been killing bosses. So shouts out to anyone that was watching the stream. I'm doing like a rebuild stream right now.
Oh, you want to tell them why?
Yeah, so I'm doing a rebuild stream right now, starting from essentially like 0 GP, because I'm not going to get into it or how or why it happened.
He hasn't even told me.
But my account pretty much got compromised. Not pretty much, it did get compromised. And so
pretty much
I lost all of my gear and all of anything that's worth of anything. Like
they still have the untradables.
They left the untradables. It was just, I don't want to talk about it. It's just a really stupid mistake. But either way, lost all my stuff.
I'm glad that you're saying it now, because it actually happened like 2 weeks ago, and he's just not been wanting to play RuneScape, and I was like, no one knows why,
Yeah,
I didn't want to say anything.
I don't know. Well, one, I'd already like kind of not been super feeling like playing RuneScape lately.
Oh yeah,
and
a little burnt out.
Yeah, and then that kind of just like made me like less so, because I was like,
that was not a good thing to contribute to that.
I was like gearing up to do like Nightmare Fasani, and then like all my gear pretty much vanished, and so then I was like, oh, and now I don't know what to do. So, but now I have been like rebuilding my account. So I actually enjoy that process. That's happened to me a couple times. Not where I've gotten like hacked or anything like that, but where I've like pretty much reset my account back to like $1 million gold.
Oh yeah, whenever you left your account before and just gave me back all the money I gave you plus some.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's been like 3 times where I've given away all of my money, or I guess in this case had it hacked for me and like had to start back at 0.
So thank you, hacker.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not like an unenjoyable process for me, so I don't really care.
It is kind of interesting because right before it happened, he was complaining a lot and being like, I don't even know what to do now that I got these 2 like huge drops, and you had like so much gold.
Yeah.
You had like 300 million, I think.
No, I had 300 mil in drops that day, but my bank was like probably like 450.
Yeah, and you were like, I don't even know what to do with my account now. Like,
yeah,
if I should even stay corrupted. So lucky you got hacked.
Yeah. My bank now is like less than 10 mil. So
yeah.
I only started rebuilding it like literally yesterday, because
someone probably heard you complaining and was like, wow, they need to get hacked.
Yeah, exactly. So I've like re-secured my account, so I'm not like worried about getting hacked or anything like that. But yeah, so like I'm starting over.
You've already made a bit.
Yeah, I made like 3 mil yesterday, and I wasn't even doing that much. I just did a little bit of I needed some starter money, so I got like 2 mil from the Corrupted Gauntlet, and then I got a little bit of money doing cosmics, and then I actually was able to get enough gear. I spent like 4 mil on gear and was able to get enough to do Vorkath.
Yeah, and Vorkath was your original moneymaker.
Yeah, true.
Back in the day.
I have over 1100 KC there, and
brag.
No, that's just the main way I make money, because it's really easy.
You're so lucky with the pet drop. If you think about it, you were like 900.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't think I realized how lucky that was.
And then, so I made some money there, and then I did some barrows, and I actually got pretty lucky there. I got 2 pieces pretty fast. So overall, it's pretty easy. Pretty good day yesterday. I made like 3 mil. So
now we're just waiting on that another 150 mil corrupted drop next time you're there.
But yeah, so I'm going to be continuing that. I might make it a series on YouTube, just like slowly rebuilding the account and showing like everything I do to make money.
From broke to billions.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, I mean, maybe be on the lookout for that. It's not going to be a series that comes out very often, because it's hard making a lot of money really fast.
What?
So unless you play like an insane amount, which I'm not really willing to do right now. But either way, you can catch that on the stream, so make sure to drop by and say what's up. And
twitch.tv/Bunebape.
Yeah, shouts out for the plugin. But that's pretty much all that's been going on for me. So I've been doing a little bit of bossing.
You're like, that's pretty much all. Just lost 500 mil.
Yeah, I mean,
You
whatever.
know, at least they weren't like a sociopath and they went and like got rid of your pets or something.
No, I'm pretty sure it was just a bot that like was taking anything that was
Oh.
over like a certain amount of money. So it wasn't really
Jeez.
even like it's weird to say this, but it's like wasn't even like of malicious intent. It was just someone that like was taking all
They
the
were
money.
programmed to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so weird.
So
Did you have any like gear at all left over? Like
no,
rune or
just
anything?
Nope, just untradables. Anything, it looked like they left like
Wow.
anything under a mil. So they even took like most of my runes.
They even took your runes?
Yeah, they even took my runes. They even took my stack of fire runes that I had. It was like 60,000 or something.
Honestly, that's like how my fire runes are.
Yeah, it was
if someone
hilarious.
took that, I'd be like, why?
Honestly, it was kind of hilarious to see what they left. They like left like my 50 like stamina potions, but took like all my other potions. I was like, all right.
Well, at least you got the running energy going.
Yeah, I was like, all right. I actually used those for doing cosmics, so it actually helped out.
Well, hey, perfect. Oh yeah, you also are doing cosmics to make money.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess that's about it. So if you don't have anything else, we can probably jump into the update now.
Nope.
Okay, cool. All right, so actually real quick before we jump into the update, they actually did come out with a blog a couple days ago.
Oh.
It was called the Tombs of Amascut Raid Rewards, and I'm not going to go through all of this because a lot of this is in the update notes for today.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention it so that if you are interested in knowing about like the history of the Tombs of Amascut, the quest, and all that stuff.
There's
they
some
have
sketches too.
Yeah, there's some sketches, some like early concept art. They also have some information on the raid itself. A lot of the stuff we already went over last week when they revealed it. So there's going to be 4 bosses and multiple levels. The twins is going to be the final boss, and they also talk about a lot of the rewards. So
are the twins included in the 4, or are they 2 after the 4?
I think it's the 2 after the 4.
Okay, so technically 6 maybe.
Yeah, and it also goes on and talks about the precursor quest, which is going to be Beneath Cursed Sands. So we actually have the requirements and the rewards for the quest. So if this is a spoiler to you, make sure to skip ahead probably like 2 minutes. But the requirements is going to be completion of the quest Contact, 62 agility, 55 fire making, and 55 smithing. So actually really low requirements in general.
Yeah.
And then the rewards is going to also be pretty much nothing. So it's going to be a quest point, access to the tombs, the ability to upgrade the Keris to the Keris Partisan, and finally a 15,000 agility XP drop.
Well, I'll take that agility XP.
Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. And then they also...
Wait, I did want to say, I thought it was interesting because we thought that the raids was going to be kind of related to A Kingdom Divided.
A Kingdom Divided.
Those people at the end, but it's not related at all, it seems.
It doesn't seem like it, but it also kind of does. I don't know. Those people did seem very like Pharaoh-esque, so...
It's just interesting that you wouldn't have to do A Kingdom Divided, though, to have access to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's
not even a
supposed
requirement.
to. Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning was there. I don't really care either way, though.
I mean, this could later on be required for A Kingdom Divided if they did it backwards. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, yeah, it was kind of weird. I definitely thought they would have come out with something connected to Kingdom Divided because they like, introduced all those people. Maybe that's for a later date, though.
Still looking forward to that if it happens.
Yeah. But if you are listening or watching this on YouTube, I will have links to the blog that I was just talking about down below. Like I said, the reason I'm not going over all of it is because there's a lot of that information repeated in today's update, so you'll probably hear most of it anyways.
Yes.
That's just in case you want to read over it fully. Also, one last thing is they, in that blog, have a link to the video of the reveal of Tombs of Amascut. So it's the reveal and the keynote. So if you want to hear the devs themselves talk about it, you can also check that out there.
Okay.
But with that out of the way, we can actually talk about today's update, which is going to be the Tombs of Amascut Rewards beta. It just got released today on the 12th, like I said earlier, pretty much a day late, but definitely not a dollar short. A lot of stuff going on here that's really cool and interesting. And the first thing is going to be the beta, actually.
Okay.
So you can actually go in and use all of these items already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so all of the Tombs of Amascut items you can use. You simply have to go to the beta worlds. So the beta worlds are going to be 401, 407, 409, and 412 for US, UK, US, and Australia, respectively. So if you are interested at all in any of these items that we're going to be talking about today, then you can go check them out, try them out, and get a general idea of what you think of them, whether they'll be worth your millions. You can make that decision for yourself.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I feel like stuff like this, though, I almost don't want to try because then I'd be disappointed going back to like my main and not having it if it's something I love.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just to either try it out if you're interested or try it out if you are considering like changing what gear you're invested in. So like, I don't know, maybe if you have like a bunch of mage gear.
And probably to get a lot of feedback too, to see what people think.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can change out whatever gear you plan on using for the upcoming raid or just whatever you're doing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But so it says that when you log into the beta worlds, all the rewards will be immediately added to your inventory, and also check your bank because there's going to be some stuff in there. So you'll also be able to get access to the Inferno, so you can try out the new stuff there as well. So you pretty much have full access to the game in the beta servers. So you can try it out in very late game PVM and see how it works.
Okay.
And I think that'll be pretty interesting because we're going to go over all of the gear right now. And a lot of it actually seems really interesting. And I have a lot of questions about it, but I don't know if I'll go into the beta worlds to check it out. I think it's just something that...
Might be surprised.
Yeah, I think it's something that I'd rather just try out myself or see if there's any like prominent like meta changes in the game once they do come out.
Yeah.
But the first item is going to be called the Keris Partisan. You heard me mention it earlier. Like I said, you have to have finished the Beneath Cursed Sands quest in order to even get it. But it's an upgrade from the Keris. And I'm pretty sure you get that from the Contact quest. But it's like a small dagger that allows you to do extra damage against Calphites and stuff like that.
Oh, I was going to say I don't remember what it is. Should I be using that against the Calphites?
No, in general, I don't think it's
okay, probably this new
good.
one I'll maybe use.
Maybe. I do have a couple questions. So one thing that they don't clarify here that I don't think is the case, but if it was the case, would kind of be insane. So the Keris has a 33% chance to deal bonus damage against Calphites and Scarabites, and it has a 1 in 51 chance of dealing triple damage to an enemy. So it can be poisoned because it's a dagger. So all of that makes it so like it's an okay weapon against Scarabs and Calphites, but I don't think that carries over to the Keris Partisan, which is the new spear upgraded version of it.
Then what's the point of upgrading if it's not even going to be that much of an upgrade?
It's still a significant upgrade, but I think if it has that unique aspect against Calphites, then I think it could be like really, really good against Calphites in particular, like in the raid itself, because I think it's going to have a lot of Scarabs and Calphites and stuff like that. So if it does keep that aspect, then I think it'll be really, really good. I think it'll be pretty good either way, though. So we can talk about what it actually does. And they do have stats for all of these items.
Okay, great.
So the first interesting thing is you get it and you can upgrade it. You can choose to upgrade it and it turns into a spear from the dagger to the spear. And what's cool is there's actually a slot for a jewel in the item.
Oh.
So it's kind of like the Nightmare Staff in that way, where the base item seems like it's pretty good, but then when combined with the additional item, it becomes much better.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
The one sad thing is there are 3 different jewels, which are all pretty cool and unique, but it seems like none of them work unless you are in the raid.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So not for your average player.
Yeah, or definitely not for your Calphite task, for example. So,
that's unfortunate.
This says that using the first jewel that you put into it, also none of the jewels are tradable, and the Keris Partisan itself is also untradeable. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. And you can simply take out the jewels that you receive in the raid at any time and put in a new one.
So they're drops from the raid?
They are. Yeah, okay. They're rare drops from the raid, I'm pretty sure.
Got it.
So the first jewel is called the Eye of the Corruptor, and when socketed into the Keris, should I just call it it's hard calling it the Keris because there's already a weapon called that. I'll just call it the Partisan.
Sure.
So when it's socketing it into the Partisan, it will deal a damage over time effect. So that's actually pretty cool. And it is not stacking, so you can't deal like put 5 stacks of this poison essentially onto an enemy.
That'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. But what you can do is you can actually apply it to multiple NPCs. So if, like, let's say there's a room of 5 Calphites, you can actually poison all 5 of them with your weapon,
Wow.
which is pretty cool. And then the next one is called the Jewel of the Sun. I think this will be the most useful one. It applies a debuff resulting in the NPC taking higher damage for X amount of seconds. And then the final one is going to be Breach of the Scarab. And this one allows
I love all their names, by the way.
Yeah,
Weirdly,
right?
they all make me want to get like cool tattoos.
Yeah, they're pretty cool sounding.
With everything I hear in the world. I just want to get a tattoo.
But this one allows you to have an additional 33% accuracy against Calphite Scarabs and Beetles. Actually, extremely high requirements for almost all of these new items, at least in comparison to the old items. So that's something that you'll probably want to take note of. This requires an 80 attack and completion of the Beneath Cursed Sands in order to wield. It's non-degradable, and once it's upgraded, the Keris Partisan has a crush option, which is good against beetles, so that's pretty good. And it is untradeable, as are the jewels. Oh, it says right here, it retains the effect of the normal Keris. Okay, so that's actually really good then, because, I don't know, this seems like it's really good. 33% bonus damage against all Calphites. Maybe this will be like the new go-to Calphite weapon.
Okay, so it is like significant.
Yeah, because that bonus is really good. Wasn't sure if it would keep it.
Even before you said that, I was also going to point out at the end that they did write in the notes that this is all just like tentative ideas and it
Yeah,
can
of
change.
course, everything here is tentative.
This isn't going to be out till 2022, so they have plenty of time to switcheroo.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 5-6 months before this comes out, but a lot of the stuff can change, but maybe it won't. So it's also going to be a huge buff in general to the item, because it's going to have nearly 20 additional stab accuracy, 30, I think it's actually nearly 40 additional slash, and it's actually normally the Keris has -10, but the Keris Partisan has 57 crush, so
that's very different.
Yeah, nearly a 70 crush bonus increase there.
That's nutty.
And it is a 4-tick weapon, so it has 45 melee strength as well. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good weapon for very particular use cases, such as, like we were talking about earlier, if you're on task for a Calphite task, this might be your new best in slot.
Yeah, I would definitely be interested in trying it out for that.
Yeah, especially with crush and stuff like that, because unless you have the Inquisitor mace, I don't really see the cudgel being better than this, because of course Calphites are weak to crush. So this is probably definitely going to take the cake as the new best in slot.
For sure.
The next item is going to be a pretty cool item. This is the one that I think Mod Arcane was getting really hyped about, and it is the new wand. It's going to be called the Heka of Tumeken. And
what the Heka?
Yeah, exactly. They do have like a little blurb about the entire history of the item. I'm not going to go over it, but essentially a lot of these were given as gifts post the like war, I guess, that they had between the pharaohs and stuff like that. So yeah,
some dramatic backstory that we're not going to read.
Yeah, there's like 3 paragraphs of backstory. You can read it. We'll of course leave the links in the description below. But like I said, pretty high requirements. This item is going to require 84 magic to wield, which is pretty dang high.
That is significant.
Yeah, and also it can be charged and uncharged. It's like the it's exactly like the toxic staff in that regard, where you recharge it and stuff like that, and it's only tradable when it's uncharged.
Okay.
And it's very similar to it in a lot of ways, in the way it acts whenever you die and stuff like that. So it can be charged with 1 soul rune and 3 chaos runes. So I like that it's a little different. It's not just death runes again. And
it's not a little bitter there.
It just seems like everything I charge a staff with is death runes, but
just sounds more mysterious.
Yeah. Shouts out to the Ivan staff chaos runes. But either way, so the unique attack effect is actually going to be very unique. So it has a 4 attack cycle where the first 3 attacks will hit very quickly. It's actually a 2-tick weapon, similar to the blowpipe, of course. And then on the 4th attack, it is a much slower attack, and it is a 4-tick weapon, but it'll hit significantly harder.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really weird. A really good example they gave during the live show where they debuted all this is Mod Arcane is saying currently how it works is if you, for example, use your 3 hits, change your weapon to maybe like a Sanguinesti, and then want to save your 4th more powerful hit for like maybe some kind of enemy that you know is coming up really soon, or like as an execute on an enemy to make sure they die really quick, then you can swap back to the Heka and use that more powerful 4th attack that is slower on that more valuable enemy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it can potentially change up the meta, change up your strategies in certain areas. But as far as the attacks and the damage goes, it's going to be the first 3 faster attacks are going to use 50% of your magic strength. And then the 4th slower attack is going to be 150% of your magic strength.
Oh.
So it is going to be quite a big difference, but it is two tick weapon. So the first 50% should get used pretty quick. So it's going to be interesting to see if this is actually going to be used a lot.
I'm very interested in seeing that.
Yeah, whether that like 4th tick is actually going to be, you know, really particular or useful in certain fights.
Or if it doesn't actually make that much of a difference.
Yeah, exactly. that would suck, but maybe. So it also says that it can't be used in PvP. This is, like I said, consistent with all the other powered staves. And if it is dropped in PvP, any charges will be dropped and uncharged. And
I hate how bitter I am because you said it can't be used in PvP, and I thought, good.
Good. Stupid PvPers.
Stupid. They always kill me.
No, I'm just kidding.
But don't kill me.
Yeah, don't kill me. But the Heka has a plus 25 magic attack, or magic attack accuracy, and also 25 magic defense. And like I said, the faster attacks will have less damage. But it also says that it has a slightly shorter attack range than powered stabs, but not by much. So I mean, that's I think pretty standard. But the powered weapons such as like the toxic staff has a really long range. So I guess that's not that big a deal.
Okay.
Moving on to the next item. This is the new best in slot Mage Shield, the first of its kind.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so this is actually a pretty insane weapon, or a pretty insane item in general. I think it's very obviously going to be best in slot in a lot of locations.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So this item is going to be a combination. It's called the Ward of Illidiness. Yeah, this is a combination of the Arcane Sigil as well as the Broken Ward that you're going to be getting as a rare drop from the raid itself. And it's going to cost you, of course, the Arcane Sigil and 10,000 soul runes in order to actually craft it. This is a very high level item. It's going to require 80 magic, 80 defense, and 80 prayer. And if you're wanting to craft it yourself, it will require 90 prayer and 90 smithing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so very high cost. And if you don't have those requirements, don't worry. You can go over to Abbott Langley and have him make it for you for the low price of 20 million coins.
So, okay, we can't buy the broken one, but we can buy the Arcane Sigil, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's going to be going up in price, probably.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very expensive item. But like I said...
Should I buy the Arcane Sigil right now if I can afford it?
Yeah, sure, go. I bet you the price already went up.
Probably.
But, yeah, so this is going to be, like I said, a very high-end endgame item. So... Yeah, so actually Michelle just checked, and the Arcane Sigil has gone up 30 million gold this morning.
Yeah.
Since this blog has been released.
So it suggested me to buy it 156, and it says actively trading for 180.
Yeah, so like I said, it has gone up 30 mil in the last couple days. So
I'll just keep this buy offer in and see what...
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe if you really want this item, then maybe invest in it now. Who knows?
I think it will go up more though, huh?
Probably, because like I said, it is going to be best in slot, like absolutely.
How do you get the Broken Ward?
The Broken Ward comes from the raid.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
I thought it was the quest.
No, you're going to have to get lucky in the raid. As far as I know, it's a very rare drop in the raid, so...
So I will not up my buy offer. I'll just see if I get lucky.
Yeah, no, unless you plan on using it immediately, then I don't think it's worth it. Or if you just have 150 mil laying around, then of course that's whatever. But it is going to have the exact same defensive stats as the Arcane Spirit Shield. So around 50 slash and stab, 73 crush defense, 52 range defense, and 2 magic with the 3 prayer.
Jeez.
Or that's normally what the Arcane Spirit Shield will have. The Ward of Illidiness is going to give you 1 extra prayer point, so 4, as well as 25 magic attack bonus. So that's only 5 magic attack bonus there. So normally these stats itself wouldn't make it best in slot. What makes it best in slot is it actually gives you 5% magic damage increase, which is the only offhand item in the game that does that.
Wow.
I'm pretty certain of that. So
I mean, probably if they're making such a big deal about it.
Yeah, so that's why this is going to be best in slot for any maging content. So I think you're going to actually get like so much magic damage increase if you're using this as well as everything else. Like, the bracelet, full ancestral, you're probably going to get close to like 20% damage increase. So that's going to be pretty huge.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, definitely check it out if you are a really high-end gamer or just want to look at some of the new items. I think this is probably one of the more interesting ones.
Or if you're like me and want to spend half your gold on this.
Yeah, exactly. The next one is also extremely interesting. This is something they teased on the showcase as well when they first talked about Raids 3, but this is going to be called the Masori armor set. It's a 2-piece unique armor set, so it has a top and a bottom. And also, for the first time ever, it has a necklace as part of the armor set.
Oh, wow.
So in order to get the full set bonus, you are going to have to use the necklace, the top, and the bottom all together.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. It has a low life set effect. So the first of its kind, the set effect only works while below 40% HP. So
kind of scary.
Yeah, so it's a real, give and take, kind of living on the blade's edge, if you want to call it that. Because, for instance, if you are going to use this at somewhere like Vorkath, it'll drop you down to right around 40 health, and Vorkath has a max hit of around 30. So
risky business.
You can use it there, and it might be best in slot there, but it is going to be give and take. So
I was gonna say for the giant mole, whenever you get down to 1. Wait, well you can't because then you wouldn't be using that armor anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean you can.
Yeah, it would work for like Kraken. Also, you just pray. It'd work for stuff that you can pray completely against.
You'd essentially have to use like a Darox strategy while using your ranged gear. If you're at the mole.
It might work though.
No, it definitely is. It gives you some really nice stats when on low life. So
it's like a ranged Darox. That's how I think of it.
And what's nice is you don't have to bring an item to knock down your health if you don't want to, because the Masori amulet actually has a low life effect. So it'll damage your player by 15% of their current health every 3 ticks until you are below 40% health.
Well, that's so interesting.
Yeah, so it'll keep you at that low life threshold as long as you're wearing the necklace, regardless of if you have the other pieces equipped.
You just go and put on the wrong necklace on accident, go to like fight Vorkath, and you're like, what's happening?
Yeah. The entire set is going to require 80 ranged and 20 defense to wear the Masori armor, and it's pretty nice gear. Overall, the defenses are pretty low. There's not a single stat on here that is higher than 20. Actually, the highest one is 18. Wow. So the defenses are not really there, but they're going to give a pretty huge damage increase if you do have it on low life. So what's nice is your attack goes from 30 to 40 for the chest piece, and as well as 4 range strength. The chain skirt goes from 18 to 25, as well as 2 range strength. And the probably most interesting piece of the entire set for me is the necklace, because it's pretty much a fury. It gives you 10 of every attack type, which goes up to 17 of every attack type, as well as 12 melee strength bonus and 7 ranged strength bonus whenever you are on low life.
Kind of crazy that the necklace is like the best part.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. The set kind of looks like complete garbage unless you're on low life. So it'll be
in which case it's great.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. I think what's nice is they made it this way so that you can use it with a Slayer helm, I'm guessing. Because obviously with a Slayer helm, that'll make it so that you're dealing huge damage, because 7 range strength is a lot. I don't know why it gives you 12 melee strength, but that's also a lot.
Just because.
Yeah, if you plan on using this necklace the entire set on low life with melee, that'd be kind of insane, but it could potentially be like an actual meta, so that'd be pretty interesting to see. Either way, I think this set is going to be very good in niche situations. Whether that's good or not, I don't know.
I could definitely see it. The only one I can imagine is like the giant mole.
Yeah, like I could see
without
it
being too risky. I mean, you could do it with other bosses, but I'd be too
Yeah.
intimidated.
Exactly. Like I could see it being used, like I said, at Vorkath and stuff like that. Like I could see it. I don't know if it'll be efficient.
If it'd be
though.
the most wise decision.
Yeah, like I can definitely see it. It does good damage. You are giving up pretty much all your defenses, but you are doing good damage. So
Yeah, that's why I liked it for the mole, because that's all you really need. You could just pray.
yeah, if you just pray melee, then yeah, you'll be fine. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see where that actually shows its strengths. The next item is actually a really interesting item. I could see this being used a lot in skilling, so that's why I think it's interesting. But it's a new ring called Light Bearer.
Loving all these names, man.
Yeah, so this new ring, it doubles the rate at which your special attack energy is restored while worn. It is tradable, does not degrade, and if unequipped, resets your special attack restore timer. So
So you can just take it on and off over and over again?
No, it's saying that if you take it off, then it'll, like, if you have 10 more seconds to get 15% more restore, it'll just swap it back to 0 seconds. So you'll still need to wait the extra time. So
I was like, whoa, I would just keep taking on and off.
No, it's saying it's to prevent like gaming the set effect or whatever.
To prevent doing what I thought it was letting us do.
Yeah, exactly. And so it says there's absolutely no requirements to wield the Light Bearer at all, but it also gives literally no stats.
It's kind of like the Ring of Wealth.
Yeah, they said that they'll think it'll have plenty of utility in the game from PvM to PvP and even skilling. Like I said, I think I could see this being used a lot in skilling, because like what other
mining and woodcutting.
Yeah, what other ring are you going to bring while skilling? Like,
oh, I actually like this a lot.
Or like even fishing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
I forget which ones. Okay, so fishing, mining, woodcutting.
Yeah, all of those would be really useful.
There's nothing else you could boost with the special attack, I don't think.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I also forgot about even the fishing, so maybe.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be really useful there. I don't see it really being useful in PvM, at least, because for PvM, it's like, why not? I mean, if possible, I'll just use Death Charge, which is like way more, but
I was gonna say it could be good for the one combat achievement where you have to like end his Spori, and there's probably other bosses like this, but you have to hit them with a special attack as the last attack.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which I still have not been able to do, even though I'm pretty sure I've hit it with a special attack last.
I've done that.
Dude, I am like pretty sure.
Try.
I have tried like 3 times, and not every time. 2 of them I messed up.
Yeah.
But the last one, I'm pretty sure that was the last hit, so I don't know, maybe I accidentally like poisoned it before or something.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see where this is used. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely seems interesting.
I'm very interested in that for skilling.
Yeah. Besides skilling, I hope it finds some use, but I'm not entirely confident in that.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
The next item, I think, is probably one of the cooler looking items, if I had to guess. They don't have any actual pictures.
I was looking for a
here.
picture as you were saying that. I was like, I don't see anything.
No, I will show you a picture of what they look like in real life. They're very identifiable items. So this item is called Osmumten's Kopesh.
Okay.
And so this is a giant 2-handed sword, essentially.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a stab weapon, which is kind of, I guess, ridiculous if you know what a Kopesh looks like. And
just imagine stabbing with anything 2-handed.
We'll
seems ridiculous.
We'll go over it in a second. So it's actually a really good high-end weapon because of the way it works. So it's a slow 2-handed weapon, very similar to the Elder Maul. It has 150 stab accuracy, 115 melee strength with a 5 tick rate attack. And it does have a special attack as well, which I will go over right now. So this item is very unique in that the way I understood it when it was brought up is that it'll have a lower max attack damage, but it will have a higher attack floor. So for instance, if your max attack was 60, it actually will not deal 60, it'll deal between 9 and 51. So it's made for higher end, higher defense enemies.
Yeah.
So it'll maybe hit for less damage overall, but it'll hit more consistently. So that's the general idea that I got from this weapon, and they have like an actual breakdown of it on the raid rewards blog that they came out with earlier.
Okay.
That goes over it. And the special attack, so what it does is it boosts your max hit to the true max hit, so it would go up to that 60, and it would also boost your accuracy by an additional 50%. So if you want to make sure you're hitting something for as much as possible, then that's why you'd use the attack, and it's a 50% attack, special attack as well.
Okay.
So it does require 82 attack in order to wield, so very high requirements yet again.
Definitely.
But one thing that I think is kind of controversial is if you, like I said, know what a Khopesh looks like and think of it as a stabbing weapon, it would look absolutely absurd. And so here you can see what a Khopesh looks like.
This is my God.
Khopesh.
It's like curved.
Yeah, if you have
it
ever
looks
seen...
like a curved machete.
Yeah, if you've ever seen any... like Egyptian film where they're like in Egypt next to like the Sphinx and stuff like that, then, and if it's like an action movie, for instance, like The Mummy, they have these swords. They're essentially like a sword that has a giant arc in it. And
they're definitely a slash weapon.
They're literally only ever used for slashing. If you try to stab someone with this, it would be not effective at all. So the thought that this is a stab item is absolutely hilarious, and even a lot of people on Reddit are like pretty upset about this. So,
I mean, they might change that.
Yeah, I definitely would hope that they change it. I mean, they can leave it.
It's just the meme.
It's like we need, I think, more stab weapons in the game.
But don't make this very curved weapon.
Yeah, I think they should change the weapon to like maybe a different like area specific stab weapon, like maybe another spear.
Which sucks because I think that the weapon would actually look like so cool.
The weapon looks really cool, but it just doesn't.
Sense.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the stab archetype. So
yeah,
that's gonna be about it for the changes and for the item reveal. There was a lot of numbers I know that we were going over. So like I said, if you want to read them all,
hopefully you processed it just listening.
Yeah, hopefully I tried to not make it too complicated. But if you did get lost, there are going to be the notes down below, so you can check them out yourself. But actually, a really good deal that's going on right now that they have in the notes as well is the Premier Club. So between August 16th, which is in just a few days, and September 14th, you will be able to join the Premier Club and get your yearly membership package for a much cheaper price. They're doing a summer sale of sorts. They don't say how much it'll be or how cheap it'll be, but just so you know that
supposedly a very good deal.
Yeah, just so you know that is happening. So if you do buy your memberships bi-yearly or yearly, then this could be a really good save for you. So
really weird that they don't say what it's gonna cost.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird too.
He clicked like an image thinking it was a link too, and it was just an image.
It's just an image, yeah. It doesn't even show you. It doesn't say 10%, doesn't say 50%. It literally just says that it's gonna be on sale. So make sure to check that out if you are looking for some more membership.
Yeah, I might look.
Yeah, they also added a few things from the recent mini poll. So they made it so your crystal weapon seed, if your enhanced crystal weapon seed, rather, if you have multiple, can be broken down for shards. So shouts out to all the Iron Men.
Interesting.
Your bow of Ferdinand can now be stored in the stash for ultimate irons, which is going to be really helpful. They made it so sour hogs are assigned less likely.
Oh, what now?
Sour hog, it's the new Slayer monster.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
yeah, exactly.
I thought it was like a food.
No.
Like Sour Patch Kids.
And finally, players can now receive 100% prayer XP from the Ash Sanctifier, which was originally in the game and then taken out and then pulled and then now is back in the game. So if you have the elite Corindon Kebos Diary, you can get 100% prayer XP from the Ash Sanctifier.
Good.
They also added some combat achievements. So like I said in the beginning, they added some brand new ones, which I think are kind of questionable to say the least. Not the actual achievements.
Add any at all after people just completed it for the first time.
Yeah, not that it's like, it does kind of suck that they added them, but it does make sense. So they added all of them for Fasani. Phosani didn't have any because it was a new boss. So they added kill Phosani once, 25 times, 100 times, and then a bunch of skilled ones and a bunch of speed chaser ones. So if you are a fan of Phosani, then now you can get recognized for that.
And these are all Elite, Master, and Grandmaster.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the big things that I think a lot of people aren't a real fan of is
why
because...
is it Elite?
Especially because they are Elite. I feel like a lot of these are a little too much. Like killing Phosani, I think, is extremely endgame. And I don't think I'm alone in saying that. So I feel like all the Elite tasks are a lot easier than killing Phosani once, because even to kill Phosani once, you have to kill Nightmare once, which is pretty hard in itself.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure about that. Also, I didn't realize, but apparently completing the Theater of Blood 75 times is an Elite, which is kind of insane.
That is nutty.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Also, I think 75 chambers is also an Elite, which is kind of insane. But either way, yeah, I'm not super sure who's balancing these, but yeah, either way, I'm not entirely sure that should be an Elite. Probably a Master if I had to redo that, but either way, that's in the game now, so you can check out your Phosani stuff, and it should be retroactive. So if you've already done Phosani in 6 minutes or something like that, then it should automatically give you the Grandmaster version, and so you shouldn't have to worry about that.
Cool.
But that's gonna be pretty much it for the poll and stuff like that.
That one was interesting. It says we've improved the area where killer watts are found, as it's visually uncomfortable for some players. I wonder what it looks like now. I
think there was too much flashing.
Oh my god, can you imagine someone getting like a seizure watching this?
Yeah.
They'd get sued.
Also, I think there wasn't a lot of contrast, so it was kind of hard to see in general.
Yeah, if you have like vision issues.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're like colorblind and stuff like that. So they
a lot of fix,
did make some visual improvements there. They also made some RNG improvements to Maiden, so if you're doing TOB. Also, they do mention that poll 75 is pretty much done. They're going to be adding the last few things and to expect them soon, but there's now like a lot left.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be about it for the updates this week. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good update. Actually, funny because I feel like the update itself was not very good, but
just like getting us hyped for later.
I feel like the notes were good.
Yes,
yeah,
precisely.
But because the update itself was just adding some stuff to the combat achievements,
which we're not happy about,
which I'm not super psyched on because it's just Phosani stuff, so it's just more stuff that I'm not even like prepared to doing yet. So it's like, okay, I guess that's cool.
We'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll change some stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, but I am super excited about the new items. Look really good. So
now we just have to wait like 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. But they do look really cool. And yeah, can't wait for them to come out.
Sure.
And the quest should be pretty easy, so I'll probably knock that out on the first day as well.
Awesome. We can do it on stream.
Yeah, exactly. But that's going to be about it. We do have a question actually though from Instagram, so
yeah, so Matt from Instagram asked, which NPC would make the coolest friend?
Yeah.
I went through a list.
Oh, Michelle actually thought this out. I just gave my first answer and it was going to be the wise old man.
Why?
Because he's wise and old.
You're the worst at these questions.
Nah, because he seems like a pretty cool dude, and
probably
like he's mega powerful. So he can just like teleport you wherever you want. He can like tell you cool stories. He gets rid of all the junk in my bank.
Well, you're kind of making me wish that I could switch to wise old man now that you're actually saying it.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like a cool dude in general.
That'd be cool if he could show up in our apartment and get rid of all the junk that we have sitting around.
Yeah. And it's like
never take out the trash again.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, I think wise old man would be pretty sick.
I chose Bob the cat.
Bob the cat.
Because first of all, I really want a cat, specifically a black cat. We can't have pets in our apartment. Second of all, I thought it was really cool because Bob the cat used to be like a hardcore warrior. Robert the Strong, right?
Really?
Something like that.
Actually, I don't know the lore behind Bob the cat.
Well, hopefully I'm not making this up. Yeah, I don't know if it was called Robert the Strong. It was Robert something, and it was like you, because you look like the little cat, kind of.
Okay.
And you just have dark hair. But I thought that'd be really cool just because I could hang out with a cat, and it would be kind of like if I was a witch and it was my familiar, you know, because it would talk to me and stuff.
Okay, that'd be cool.
I think I just want a pet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I choose Bob the cat as my friend.
I thought you were gonna say Bob from like Bob's Axes or something.
From what? Bob's axes.
I was like, oh, okay.
He could sell me axes.
He could just repair all my axes.
Yeah, because I have so many of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But what are you going to be working on the next week?
So this next week, I am going to be streaming a bunch. I am, like, not taking a break per se from RuneScape, but I am like taking it easy. I'm going to be playing other games on stream, so I'm going to be playing like Warframe today and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's easy to get burnt out if you're just constantly trying to make money.
Yeah, but I am going to be trying to get more money, so I'm going to be like trying to make, you know, small improvements, maybe like 5 to 10 mil every few days, and then
that's significant.
Yeah, get like some upgrades hopefully, and then eventually go back and to my original dream of killing the nightmare. So just
what about that 1,000 corrupted?
Slowly working towards that. Eventually I'll do 1,000 corrupted. I mean,
that's
I'm sure
a long-term goal.
It's just really
hard.
It's just really inconsistent because I die a lot, so
yeah,
I need some more consistent ways to make money right now until I am more confident there.
Yeah, just Warcath.
Yeah, mostly just Warcath. But what about you?
So I'd like to work on that Mage Arena video. I have a lot going on this weekend, but I'll try to make time for it. Other than that, I'd really like to finish my Warcath task by next week.
Next
year. Like I said, lots of plans this weekend, so we'll see. And just working on like Slayer and kind of passively getting my skills up. Like as we've been recording, I did a farming run finally, and now I'm just fletching because I have to get that up eventually. I don't have any like real specific goals other than just finish that Warcraft task.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other videos you're going to be working
on? I do have some videos in the works, some thieving related stuff.
Oh, you still got one of mine to edit.
I'm also, like I said, probably going to be coming out with a series on like all the stuff I've been doing to make money. So slowly going to be coming out with that as well.
That's a good idea.
And that's pretty much it. That's up on the like actual docket or like the watch list for stuff that's going to be coming out relatively soon. So I guess be on the lookout for that over on our YouTube.
Yeah. And once again, be sure to check out our Twitch because we are both streaming on there. Robert usually in the afternoon, me in the evenings. Pacific Standard Time, by the way. I guess I should specify. We have people from like Australia coming in. And
yeah, we do
like,
actually.
It's morning, and I'm like, no, it's not.
We have a lot of people from New Zealand as well.
Yeah, that's funny. That suddenly happened.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, shout out to all of them.
Shouts out.
And yeah, you could also check out our YouTube, like Rob said, which is just Bunebape. Our Instagram is also Bunebape. Our Twitter is Bunebapeosrs. You can also join our clan chat. Our friend chat, whatever it's called, on RuneScape, which is Bunebapeosrs as well. And through that, we can invite you to join the clan. That's the easiest way, because we're not ever really actively recruiting anymore.
Yeah, we kind of hover around 140 members.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just not really a place. Also, a lot of people ask, like, what events do we do? I'm really lazy. We don't really do events.
We were doing the Bond giveaway on Twitch, and then the person never emailed you back.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get in contact with the person that
we're
won the
literally
bond.
Trying to give someone a free bond, and they're not emailing us.
Yeah, respect. But yeah, so we don't really do a lot. It's just a place to hang out, so don't expect a lot if you come to the clan.
Yeah, it's really just everyone talking, so we feel more social while playing our solo games.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes we'll do like duos bossing, and I'll play Barbarian Assault with anyone who wants to.
Yeah, exactly. We have done stuff with the clan, but we don't have like regular events, which I guess a lot of people do, but I don't because
we're always doing other stuff.
Yeah, it kind of limits me, and I don't like that, so I kind of don't do it.
Yeah. And if any of you have any questions like that you want us to answer, like the NPC friend, or any questions about what you should do in game, you could hit us up any of the social medias that I said and ask us there, and we'll be sure to answer on the podcast for you.
Yeah, you can do it on any of them, but I think probably Twitter and Instagram would be the best and the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you really want to get our attention, just add us on Twitter, and it'd be pretty easy to get you in the next podcast.
Definitely.
So yeah, thanks for listening, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you do try out the new gear on the beta, let us know how it goes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But thanks again, and we'll see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Meat merp.